As we reflect on March 12, 2025, we pay tribute to 5 extraordinary individuals from diverse fields: sports, government, literature, and entertainment. Their achievements and influence have left an indelible mark on history. And today, we remember their contributions and legacies. Oliver J. Miller, April 6, 1970 to March 12, 2025, was an American professional basketball player known for his tenure in the National Basketball Association, NBA. A dominant presence on the court, he was affectionately nicknamed the Big O due to his formidable size and skill as a center. Over his career, Miller played for multiple NBA teams, as well as various international and semi-professional basketball leagues. Born in Fort Worth, Texas, Miller attended Southwest High School, where he excelled as a basketball player. He went on to play college basketball at the University of Arkansas from 1988 to 1992 under head coach Nolan Richardson. Miller was a key player for the Razorbacks, contributing to multiple Southwest Conference (SWC) championships and the team's 1990 Final Four appearance. His remarkable performances earned him the title of SWC Player of the Year in 1991. He remains one of Arkansas's most celebrated basketball figures, holding the school's records for career block shots and highest field goal percentage. Miller was selected by the Phoenix Suns as the 22nd overall pick in the first round of the 1992 NBA draft. During his professional career, he played for several NBA teams, including the Detroit Pistons, Toronto Raptors, Dallas Mavericks, Sacramento Kings, and Minnesota Timberwolves. At his peak, 1995 to 1996, he averaged 12.9 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 2.9 assists per game. However, weight management challenges often impacted his career longevity and playing time. After initially leaving the NBA in 1998, Miller played overseas in Greece and Poland, as well as in minor professional leagues in the United States. He briefly returned to the NBA with the Timberwolves during the 2003-04 season before concluding his professional basketball career in 2010 with the Lawton Fort Sill Cavalry. Following his retirement, Miller settled in Phoenix, Arizona, and worked in various roles, including car sales and basketball camps, mentoring young athletes. He was inducted into University of Arkansas Sports Hall of Honor in 2016 and was recognized as an SEC basketball legend in 2017. Miller had 2 sons and a daughter. In his later years, he dedicated time to his family, often seeing play with his grandchildren and remaining involved in basketball through community events. On March 12, 2025, he passed away from cancer at the age of 54. His legacy remains as one of Arkansas's great basketball figures and as a talented player who made a lasting impact in professional and international basketball. Ronald Harold Nessen, May 25, 1934 to March 12, 2025, was an American journalist and government official who served as the 15th White House press secretary for President Gerald Ford from 1974 to 1977. A seasoned war correspondent and political commentator, Nessen was known for his time covering the Vietnam War and his role in shaping public communication during the Ford administration. Born in Rockville, Maryland on May 25, 1934, Nessen was raised in the Shepherd Park neighborhood of Washington, D.C. He attended Calvin Coolidge High School before pursuing higher education at American University, where he earned a degree in journalism. Nessen's journalism career began at the Montgomery County Sentinel before he moved on to work with United Press and NBC News. As a war correspondent, he covered the Vietnam War and was seriously wounded by grenade fragments while reporting outside Pleiku in the Central Highlands in July 1966. Despite his injuries, he continued his work in journalism, covering pivotal political events, including President Richard Nixon's resignation and Gerald Ford's subsequent rise to presidency in 1974. In September 1974, Nessen was appointed as White House press secretary, replacing Gerald Terhorst, who resigned following Ford's controversial pardon of former President Nixon. During his tenure, Nessen played a crucial role in communicating the administration's policies and addressing the challenges faced by the Ford presidency. He remained in the position until the end of Ford's term in January 1977. Following his time in the White House, Nessen returned to broadcasting. He served as the host of WTDG's news program Panorama and later became the head of news for the Mutual Broadcasting System, overseeing NBC Radio News. His contributions to journalism extended to his role as a juror for the Peabody Awards from 1996 to 2003, serving as chair in his final year. In a unique moment of cultural history, Nessen became the first political figure to host Saturday Night Live on April 17, 1976. His appearance on the show, featuring a special introduction by President Ford, highlighted his willingness to engage with the media in unconventional ways. Nessen was married 3 times. His first marriage to Sandra Fry in 1954 resulted in 2 children, one of whom passed away at a young age. He later married Young Hai Song in 1967, with whom he had a son, before divorcing in 1981. His third marriage, to journalist Johanna Newman in 1988, also ended in divorce. Ron Nessen passed away in Bethesda, Maryland, on March 12, 2025, at the age of 90. His contributions to journalism and government communication left a lasting impact on American media and political history. Felice Anthony Picano, February 22, 1944 to March 12, 2025, was an American writer, publisher, and critic who played a pivotal role in the development of gay literature in the United States. His contributions spanned several decades, influencing generations of readers and writers alike. Born in Queens, New York, on February 22, 1944, Picano graduated cum laude from Queens College, City University of New York, in 1964 with English Department honors. He went on to become a pioneering figure in LGBTQ+ publishing, founding Seahorse Press in 1977 and the Gay Presses of New York in 1981 alongside Terry Helbing and Larry Mitchell. As editor-in-chief, he was instrumental in bringing gay literature to a broader audience, publishing works by notable writers such as Dennis Cooper, Harvey Fierstein, and Jane Chambers. Picano was a key member of the Violet Quill, a literary group that included Andrew Holleran, Robert Farrow, Michael Grumley, Edmund White, Christopher Cox, and George Whitmore. The group played a crucial role in defining gay male literature in the late 20th century. As a journalist, Picano contributed to The Advocate, Blue Boy, Mandate, Gays Week, Christopher Street, and The New York Native. He also wrote cultural criticism for Out Traveler, and the Harvard Lesbian and Gay Review. His memoirs, including Men Who Loved Me and Art and Sex in Greenwich Village, offered intimate portrayals of the literary and cultural landscape of his time, featuring encounters with W. H. Auden, Gore Vidal, Edward Gorey, Robert Mapplethorpe, and many others. Picano's work extended beyond literature into theater and film, with his plays 1 O'Clock Jump in the Bombay Trunk Stage and Off Broadway in San Francisco, respectively. His novel The Lure became a national bestseller, and his works were translated into 15 languages. Picano lived in several cities throughout his life, including Manhattan, Fire Island Pines, Los Angeles, San Francisco, London, and Berlin. In later years, he settled in West Hollywood, California. He passed away from lymphoma at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on March 12, 2025, at the age of 81. Throughout his career, Picano was recognized with numerous accolades, including the Farrow Grumley Award, the Gay Times of England Award for Best Gay Novel, the Syndicated Fiction/Pen Award for Best Short Story, and the Jane Chambers Play Award. He was a finalist for the inaugural Hemingway Foundation/Pen Award and was nominated for 5 Lambda Literary Awards. In 2010, he received the Lambda Literary Foundation's Pioneer Award, followed by the City of West Hollywood's Rainbow Award and Citation in 2013. Felice Picano's literary legacy endures through his prolific body of work, his influence on LGBTQ+ publishing, and his role in shaping gay literature in the modern era. His novels, memoirs, poetry, and plays continue to inspire readers, ensuring his contributions to literature and culture will not be forgotten. David Raven, August 16, 1933 to March 12, 2025, better known by the stage name Maisie Trollet, was a British drag queen who entertained audiences for over 50 years. Recognized as one of the world's oldest working drag queens, she was a beloved performer and a mainstay of Brighton Pride from its inception in 1973. Born in St. Ives, Cornwall on August 16, 1933, Raven's family later moved to Suffolk. He trained as a grocer before shifting to hospitality, working as a publican and waiter. During his time at Gorleston Super Holiday Camp in Great Yarmouth, he encountered notable show business figures like Lonnie Donegan and Matt Monro. Raven came out at the age of 26 and relocated to London in 1960. There, he met James Court, and together they began experimenting with drag. Their talent shone through when they won a talent competition at the Black Cap in Camden Town, marking the start of their performance careers. In the 1960s, Raven met his life partner, banker Don Cole, who encouraged him to embrace a more glamorous stage persona. After Cole remarked that Raven and Court looked like a pair of trolls, Raven coined the name Trollet by adding the diminutive suffix et to troll. Thus, the duo became known as Maisie and Jimmy Trollet. Their act, the Trollets, quickly became popular in the London drag circuit, particularly for their commitment to singing live rather than miming to backing tracks, which was common at the time. They performed frequently at the iconic Royal Vauxhall Tavern and gained a loyal following. Maisie also pursued a theatrical career, landing roles in touring productions of The Boys and the Band and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. She and Jimmy Trollet also performed in pantomimes, most notably as the Ugly Sisters at the Theatre Royal in Brighton. It was in Brighton that she and Cole fell in love with the city's welcoming, gay-friendly environment and decided to make it their home, purchasing a guest house on St. George's Terrace in the late 1970s. After moving to Brighton, Maisie became an integral part of the city's LGBTQ+ community. She performed at Brighton Pride every year from its inception in 1973, helping to shape the event into the vibrant celebration it is today. Even in her later years, Maisie continued performing, often sitting on a stool while delivering beloved show tunes like There's No Business Like Show Business and Anything Goes. Her charismatic stage presence and sharp wit never faded. In 2018, to celebrate Maisie's 85th birthday, Darcel 15, and the world's oldest working drag queen, traveled from the United States to Brighton to meet her. Their meeting was documented in Maisie, a film chronicling her life and career. Maisie Trollet passed away on March 12, 2025 at the age of 91. She leaves behind an enduring legacy as a trailblazer in the British drag scene and an inspiration to countless performers and fans. Her contributions to LGBTQ+ culture, particularly in Brighton, ensure that her name will be remembered for generations to come. Stephen Fleet, July 2, 1937, March 2025, was an English football player and manager known for his career as a goalkeeper and later as a manager in Icelandic football. Born in Urmston, Lancashire, on July 2, 1937, Fleet began his football career with Manchester City, where he was part of the youth system before making his senior debut. He played as a goalkeeper and made 5 appearances for Manchester City between 1957 and 1961. Fleet moved to Wrexham in 1963, where he became a more regular presence between the posts, making 79 league appearances for the club until 1966. Following his tenure at Wrexham, he joined Stockport County, where he played 36 league matches between 1966 and 1968. He later played for Altrincham, though his appearance record for the club remains undocumented. After his playing career, Fleet transitioned into management, taking on roles with Icelandic clubs. In 1981, he managed Acclaimed, one of Iceland's most successful teams. He later took charge of BV, managing the club between 1982 and 1983. His contributions to Icelandic football left a lasting impact on the teams he led. Fleet's career spanned multiple levels of English football, and his transition into management in Iceland showcased his adaptability and knowledge of the game. He passed away in March 2025 at the age of 87, leaving behind a legacy of dedication to football both in England and abroad. As we honor the lives of these 5 individuals, we recognize their dedication, talent, and influence in their respective fields. Whether in sports, literature, journalism, politics, or entertainment, each of them shaped their industries in unique and meaningful ways. Their legacies will continue to inspire those who follow in their footsteps. May they rest in peace, and may their stories be remembered for years to come.